I was scared because I was to the point where I thought he might rape me and that nobody would believe me because he was a senior chief.
A Midland veteran claims she was sexually assaulted and harassed for several years. Now she wants to use her story to help others get through their trauma as well. Good evening, everyone. Lavinia Sawyers with the local Disabled American Veterans chapter says she spent 4 of her 5 years enlisted in the United States Navy being scared for her life and fighting off her senior chief officer after he would continuously ask her for sexual favors. CBS 7's Deanne Lopez sat down with Sawyers today. She wants others to know there is help locally for female veterans who've endured the same physical and emotional pain. Deanne, I can only imagine the effects this has had on her life.
Right, Tatum, and as you said, Lavinia Sawyers served a total of 5 years in the United States Navy. Now, she said it took just as many years of her receiving treatment for the sexual trauma that she went through to live what she calls a somewhat normal life.
He tried to basically grope me, touch me on my breast. In some cases, he would actually try to trap me into a room to get what he wanted out of me.
In 1999, Lavinia Sawyers enlisted in the United States Navy in Norfolk, Virginia as a third-class petty officer. The now Midland resident says she signed up to serve her country, never thinking that 1 year later she would be told to sexually serve her senior chief.
Because I didn't do that, and every time he asked for that sexual favor to me, I declined him, and then my life got pretty hectic after that.
Sawyers says she had to constantly fight off and run away from her senior chief. She tried going through her chain of command for help several times, but unfortunately that got her nowhere.
Even the chief saw what was going on, because he would confront them and tell them, if you see her, make sure you make her life a living hell, basically. And they had to do what he said, or he would stop them or get them out of the military, one of the two.
That same fear still affected Sawyers even after meeting her husband in the Navy.
When I first got with my husband, I didn't like for him to touch me. If he touched me in a certain way, it would trigger stuff for me, and it's stuff that we had to work through.
Her husband helped her speak to a lawyer on base about the actions of her senior chief petty officer. 3 weeks after that meeting, the senior chief was coincidentally asked to retire and allegedly never faced any charges.
It happens more often than people realize that it happens. And we're there just to help support each other through basically for the rest of our lives, because we still have to deal with it every single day.
Sawyers says in order to put a stop to all the sexual assault that takes place in the branches of the military, victims need to come forward with their stories. She says that those numbers will speak for themselves. Now, if you're trying to get a hold of her, you can find her contact information on our website at cbs7.com. Reporting live in the newsroom, Deanne Lopez, CBS 7 News.